चंद्रमा की सतह पर लैंडर की सकुशल लैंडिंग की और इसके बाद रोवर ने पृथ्वी से 3,80,000 किलोमीटर दूर चंद्रमा पर विचरण कर भारत की अमिट छाप छोड़ दी है। इसके साथ ही भारत चंद्रमा के दक्षिणी ध्रुव पर सकुशल उतरने वाला विश्व का पहला देश बन चुका है। यह सब संभव हो पाया है इसरो के कुशल मार्गदर्शन और वैज्ञानिकों के अथक प्रयास से। लेकिन ये तो सिर्फ शुरुआत है। चंद्रमा अब इसरो तेजोमय सूर्य के अध्ययन के प्रयोजन से आदित्य L1 नामक अंतरिक्ष यान को आज 2 सितंबर 2023 को श्रीहरिकोटा के द्वितीय प्रमोशन मंच से भारतीय मानक समय के अनुसार सुबह 11:50 पर PSLV C-57 रॉकेट द्वारा प्रमोचित करेगा। आइए चलें सूर्य की ओर और विज्ञान के कुछ और रहस्यों से पर्दा उठाने और वैज्ञानिक तकनीक का प्रदर्शन करने। तो बने रहिए हमारे साथ आज के इस मिशन में जिसका नाम है PSLV C-57 आदित्य L1 मिशन।
Namaste viewers. The Indian Space Research Organization is gearing for its rendezvous with the sun. To take you along on the live telecast of this momentous event today, I am Madhuri, giving the commentary in English. With me is my co-commentator Shivikas Swarnkar, who will be giving the commentary in Hindi. We are about to script yet another chapter in the glorious space research history of India. Today, the workhorse rocket PSLV C-57 will carry Aditya L1, the solar observatory of India, to be placed at a vantage point from where it will be able to continuously observe the sun and while being in the visibility of Earth-based ground stations. 10 days ago, India became the first country in the world to safely land a spacecraft in the South Polar regions on the moon. I'm sure many of you were the eager and proud spectators of the Chandrayaan 3 landing that was being telecast from Isro, situated in Bengaluru.
Roger.
We bring to you an integration film for the PSLV C-57 that took place in Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, Sriharikota.
अभी आप अपने स्क्रीन पर देख रहे हैं, यह है प्रथम कोर चरण S-139 बूस्टर का नोजल एंड सेगमेंट। इस प्रथम चरण के साथ ये शुरुआत होती है और यह मिडिल सेगमेंट को इसके ऊपर संयोजित किया जा रहा है। ऐसे 3 मिडिल सेगमेंट इसके ऊपर संयोजित किए जाएंगे और अंत में हेड एंड सेगमेंट सबसे ऊपर की ओर संयोजित किया जाएगा और इस तरह तैयार होता है PSLV का प्रथम चरण कोर बूस्टर S-139। इसमें 139 टन का प्रणोदक होता है और यह इग्नाइटर है जो इसे प्रज्वलित करता है। इस मिशन पे यह है PSLV C-57 एक्सेल मिशन। तो इसमें है 6 स्ट्रेपॉन बूस्टर्स, हर एक में 12 टन के नोदक भरे जाते हैं। यह सब ठोस नोदक पर आधारित हैं। यह SITVC टैंक को उठाकर इसके साथ संयोजित किया जा रहा है। इंटर स्टेज आप देख रहे हैं, इसमें रिट्रो मोटर्स लगे हुए हैं पृथक्करण के लिए। और यह है द्वितीय चरण जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है। इसमें विकास इंजन लगा हुआ है।
And here is the second stage of the PSLV rocket, prepared in the subsystem preparation facility and brought to the vehicle assembly building of the second launch pad to be integrated on the first stage of the rocket. Here you can see the third stage PS3 and PSO being moduled
Roger.
and placed inside the respective shroud and then handled together
Roger.
to be moved to the vehicle assembly building.
यह नज़ारा आप देख रहे हैं व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग का, जहां पर पूरे व्हीकल को असेंबल किया जाता है।
These are the visuals from the clean room of the spacecraft preparation facility. This is the Aditya L1 spacecraft being prepared and ensconced into a protective container where the environment is controlled and the temperature is controlled, the cleanliness is controlled. At the vehicle assembly building, again, there is a clean room provision to safely integrate it to the rocket, and then the heat shield halves are closed. Now the vehicle is fully ready to be moved to the launch pad, which is about 900 meters away. This is PSLV C-57 standing majestically.
अभी अभी आपने देखा PSLV C-57 का इंटीग्रेशन वीडियो। यह पूरी तरह तैयार और कुछ अंतिम गतिविधियां जारी हैं, अंतिम जांच जारी हैं प्रमोशन से पहले की।
We are bringing this telecast to you live from the Mission Control Center at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Shar, Sriharikota. The launch will take place today, the 2nd of September 2023 at 11:50 hours in time from the second launch pad.
All stations switch over to channel 2 at T-.
The PSLV C-57 in its XL version will carry Aditya L1 spacecraft having a mass of 1,480 kilograms. The mission intends to place the spacecraft in 235 by 19,500 kilometers orbit with an inclination of 19.2 degrees. The total mission duration will be 3,799 seconds or 63 minutes 19 seconds. Apart from Doordarshan, you can watch the live telecast on Isro website, YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
अब हम प्रमोशन से 22 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। आदित्य L1 सूर्य का अध्ययन करने वाला।
The PSLV C-57 is prepared to launch the 1,480 kg Aditya L1 spacecraft into Earth-bound orbit, from which it will be placed into a halo orbit around the L1 point in 4 months. The satellite is intended to study the Sun and how it impacts the heliosphere. The Sun, which is the center of our solar system and has always fascinated humans, is a ball of hot gases formed by the nuclear fusion process. The visible outer surface of the Sun is known as the photosphere, followed by the chromosphere and then the corona. After initially dropping through the chromosphere, the Sun's temperature abruptly rises in the corona, reaching extremely high values of 1 to 3 million Kelvin. The Aditya L1 mission has 7 scientific payloads to conduct a comprehensive study of the Sun. The Visible Emission Line Coronagraph, VELC, investigates the solar corona and the dynamics of coronal mass ejections. The Solar Ultraviolet Imaging Telescope, SOOT payload, scans the solar disk in near ultraviolet light and detects fluctuations in solar irradiance. The Aditya Solar Wind Particle Experiment, ASPECS, and Plasma Analyzer Package for Aditya PAPA payloads investigate the solar wind and energetic ions, as well as their energy distributions. The Solar Low Energy X-ray Spectrometer, SOLEXIS, and the High Energy L1 Orbiting X-ray Spectrometer, HELIOS, analyze X-ray flares from the Sun over a wide energy range. The magnetometer payload is designed to measure the interplanetary magnetic field at the L1 point. Aditya L1 is equipped to take in situ measurements of charged particles and fields at L1 and is dedicated to studying the Sun across several energy bands. The Lagrange point L1 is located around 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth, between the Sun and the Earth.
18 minutes and counting.
These observations are best made from a vantage point that provides a continuous view of the Sun. All payloads are designed in close coordination with ISRO centers and national laboratories like as IIA, IUCAA and PRL. With this mission, ISRO will once again demonstrate its position in space exploration.
These events are taking place in the operational regime of the second stage, which lasts for 153 seconds. PS2 was separated 262.4 seconds into the flight at an altitude of 130 kilometers, while the relative velocity is 4.9 kilometers per second. The third stage, PS3, ignites about a second later and burns 418 seconds, during which time it adds 12 kilometers to the altitude and enhances relative velocity tremendously from 4.9 kilometers per second to 7.3 kilometers per second. There is a coast phase of 200 seconds that follow PS3 burnout, during which there is no thrust being developed, but the rocket continues to be steered. At 581 seconds into the flight, the PS3 separates, and the last and the fourth stage of the rocket, together with the Aditya L1 spacecraft, coasts for a long time thereafter. Till 1396 seconds into flight, the tracking stations at Shar, Port Blair, Brunei and back will be acquiring the real-time performance data of the flight. But thereafter there is no visibility period of around 1600 seconds or 27 minutes. The fourth stage burns twice. First time for a duration of 30 seconds and second time for a duration of 472 seconds. The first burn takes place in no visibility zone, and the second burn is tracked by a shipborne terminal placed in Pacific Ocean. About 200 seconds after the completion of second burn of PS4, the injection conditions for the separation of Aditya L1 are expected to be achieved. An altitude of 648.7 kilometers and a relative velocity of 8.9 kilometers per second, which translates into an orbit of 235 by 19,500 kilometers. The injection event of Aditya L1 will be confirmed by tracking station at Kourou. From the initial placement in low Earth orbit, Aditya L1 will undergo a series of earthbound orbit raising, and eventually it will exit Earth's sphere of influence to reach Lagrange's point L1 in a journey spanning over 4 months. There it will be placed in a halo orbit around L1. This is how India's first observatory class space-based solar mission will take shape.
Vehicle is in internal battery power.
अब हम उड़ान से 6 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं। ALS जारी है। सभी जांच सुचारू रूप से जारी हैं। इस दौरान यहाँ उपस्थित आप देखिए, यहाँ
एक्सटर्नल पावर सप्लाईज आर विथड्रॉन।
व्यूअर्स गैलरी पे, लॉन्च व्यू गैलरी पे उपस्थित जन आक्रोश, इनका रोमांच देखते ही बनता है। इतनी मौसम यहाँ लगभग 37 डिग्री का टेम्परेचर है, वायु गति 0.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड। इन सब के बावजूद यहाँ उपस्थित हुए हैं इस रोमांच को देखने के लिए। एयर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोलर और मौसम विभाग की अनुमति भी प्राप्त की जा चुकी है। विभिन्न ऊंचाई पर वायु गति माप ली गई है और इसे ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर पर लोड कर दिया गया है।
The Satish Dhawan Space Center has its own meteorology department which keeps a very close watch on the weather at the launch base. Weather today is going to be dry and hot. The skies will remain clear. Ground winds will be benign and upper winds also are benign for the flight of PSLV C-57 Aditya L1 mission. We are 4 minutes, 23 seconds to the launch.
सभी वैज्ञानिक अपने कंसोल पर आंकड़े देखते हुए सभी तंत्र सामान्य निष्पादन कर रहे हैं। अब हम 4 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं उड़ान से।
T-4 minutes and counting.
सामान्यतः PSLV के मिशन लगभग 2000